come out of the 14-14 on top.
I've always loved Bly in any expansion of StarCraft, whatever. He's always done really innovative things, and then when he hasn't been doing weird, strange things like taking a quick third base, not even taking a quick third base, but taking like a hidden gold base or taking a whole bunch of ninja bases, he's always been on top of that decision in ZVZ, which is so critical of when do I go for my next tech expansion? When do I go for my next third? Those are kind of your big decisions as Zerg, and he made a phenomenal one in Game 1, and Game 2 is going to be Orbital Shipyard. I'm kind of seeing the same situation play out a lot in Orbital Shipyard, and I'd have to give it to Bly again if that goes down, unless somehow Namshar can... Honestly, he didn't take that much damage in Game 1 from that. It was just Bly seemed to be on top of everything. Namshar's just got to be able to actually do damage himself. Maybe a 14-14 respectively from Namshar.
Yeah, we'll see. The gas is coming down at this point in time. Drones being made by Namshar, but not by Bly. And this is actually even more aggressive. That was a 13 pool. So very aggressive. Again, Bly opening up. And this is kind of... this is the way that a lot of players are playing, whether aggressive or defensive. The early pools right now are ruling the... Whoa, that better be an extractor trick. Okay, it is. That would have been very strange. Maybe like some kind of a really weird 3 Ravager, Ling push or something with the 2 gas. We're not going to see that. Again, we have the same sort of stances, and we see that with sort of styles, right? You know, some players will play aggressive, some players will play more defensive.
By the way, guys, I know we didn't do it, but the bottom left we have Acer's Bly, and in the top right we have Carnage Esports Namshar. I trailed on for a little while. Yeah, no, for a little while, and I was like, oh crap, we're not going to get those intros in, but it is Namshar v Bly. Bly, of course, the blue Zerg is currently up 1-0, and Bly again will be going for that 14-14 with a nice little extractor trick. Well, Namshar tries the same thing, and I don't know how this is going to work, because in Game 1, to be quite frank, Bly only killed 4 workers. Yes, there was some Ling hits back and forth, but generally what happens is the 14-14 player just completely obliterates the natural, and that's how they get out of that. So I'm very surprised Bly can do that, and worried for Namshar.
This was actually a 14-13 this time around. You can even go 13-12 if you want to. And for those of you who are new and don't know what we're talking about...
You go 12-11.
You could go 12-11, but it actually ends up hitting later than the 13-12. It's just less efficient. But in any case, we have a sort of aggressive plays. They're all early pools, a lot of different variations. No one's really 100% sure what's the strongest right now, and 14-14 seems to be the average. This time it's going to be a little bit more aggressive. Again, we see Bly trying to avoid the eyes of the Overlords as much as possible, getting into position, morphing the Banelings unscouted, and finally the scout comes in here from Namshar.
I think the key for Namshar to not only scout it with his Lings across the map, but is that he doesn't see Lings go through his Overlords. Generally, when it's only 2 to 4 Lings of the Zerg players sending out, they'll go through your Overlord, your opponent's Overlord. So it's more the lack of Ling to Namshar. Yes, that can be a lot of things, but in this situation, in ZVZ's state, in Legacy of the Void, I think Namshar's got to make the decision that I don't see Lings, he's 14-14ing me, and just waiting for an aggressive opportunity.
All right, he's trying to focus down the Banelings as much as possible. A little bit of misfire there. Oh, loses all of his Banelings, all 4 of his Banelings to 2 Banelings. Really nice trade. That's pretty much as you can ever hope for as Namshar. 2-4 trade is kind of amazing, and even going to potentially get some Lings there. A little bit off on the trades. Going to try to flank with these Banelings, but really nice positioning here, and movement from Bly is going to save him from the explosions of those Banelings. 4 workers down so far, and both have already went into drones. And as you can see, again, Bly's coming out on top. He did a little bit of aggression. He knew exactly when to switch out of it, and is already building drones and already has the economic lead.
At the end of this fight in the previous game, Bly got out of it with 4 kills like he did right there, but he's got even more possibility. He's survived with more Lings, even though he's lost some Lings here and there, and he's going to go for another aggressive attack. Thankfully, Namshar is an Overlord spotting these Banelings heading up into the main base of Namshar. Namshar is ready to try to work on these, and I love that he's got the Spinecrawler again.
Yep, you absolutely have to have that spine crawler down. It's not one of these situations at this point in time. No one's been able to be greedy enough and cut the corner of the spine crawler. It's this really critical point, along with the queens. Having that range allows you to focus down the Banelings and deal with them in a very sort of low APM kind of a way compared to the extreme high APM, fast-paced, and very, very dangerous play of the Ling versus Baneling, trying to pull them out, trying to make them have cost-inefficient engagement, so over the long term, you have the advantage.
I'm worried for Namshar right here. Even though he's got a lot of Banelings, easily Bly can just kind of bypass them and move up the ramp. And whoa, a lot of Banelings dying right there. No Banelings now for Bly, but again, Bly does have the Ling lead, and possibly he could run up the ramp, but for now he's just going to do a full retreat back home. Namshar has pushed him back, and Namshar's got to go for a layer or that quick third right now.
Oh, that was a really nice Baneling hit. That was really nice. And like last time, Bly tried to hold the map control, and he held it for almost 7 minutes. This time around, 5 minutes. It's already been broken through. The contain has been broken through. No early third this time for Bly, as Namshar is moving directly into the main and starting to look around for opportunities. Not a lot of defense here. Finally, those Lings do hatch, and we're going to try to chase out all of these Lings of Namshar. But Namshar has done what he failed to do last time. Oh, that Baneling!
The tables have been turned, and oh, the Bailey shot takes out so many Lings, and the Queen may go down. Sadly for Namshar, he's not. Oh, maybe he wants to target down that Queen. I guess he does target down the Queen, kills the Queen, has to pull out. Doesn't have that much left with that, but beautiful Baneling shots, and with the tables being turned, now Bly, as JaKaTaK mentioned, neither does he have a third base. There is the layer going down, but the layer of Namshar is the exact same time, and it's much more even this game. Namshar found a way to push back and turn the tables, and now Namshar has a chokehold on Bly. Bly can't take a third.
Yep, excellently done. Namshar able to break out of that map control as sort of soft contain much faster here. This is going to be a good trade here for Namshar. Very, very smart, good control. And he's going to try to move up the ramp here. And again, wow, really nicely done. Those Banelings, those two Banelings get one Banelings, and Namshar is down to take this over and over again. The drone counts are about even, but that early third base will give the long-term advantage here to Namshar.
Namshar trying to do some more damage with these Banelings, but without the cover of Lings, these Banelings kind of funnily enough can't quite do as much damage as they'd like to. Two Queens are in the main, and a Spine Crawler should be able to box them out. I'd actually say for Namshar not to sacrifice these, but maybe he can get a shot in here. Won't be able to kill anything with it, but he will be able to bring everything low on health. And here's the flood of Lings, which will finish that up. Oh, a little bit indecisiveness for Namshar.
Notice that you run in and kill the larva.
Oh! No, don't do that again.
Nicely done. First hit did go off really well. Second hit, Namshar was able to recoup and kill the Queen off creep. Nicely done. Going to run in here, try to, I don't even know. It's very aggressive, right? We have this highly aggressive play, and the drone count has not risen while that was going on, and we have the same kind of matchup here. But this time, that muta count is going to be so low. Only 4 gases to build mutas off of instead of the 6 of last game. So it's going to be tough. He's already saved up about 600 or so gas. Maybe we'll be able to get 700 or 800 by the time that Mutalisk, that Spire finishes up. But the Roaches are already at the front gate. Nice splash damage here, but overall it's not going to be a cost-efficient engagement. Oh, look at this play! He's building Spore Crawlers underneath this Overlord because he knows the Mutalisks are coming. Excellent adjustment here this time around. The Roaches are continuing to get pumped out. +1 almost about to get finished, as well as Roach speed. This might be a little bit aggressive move up on the ramp here, but those Banelings going into the Roaches, not cost-efficient and not going to be able to get too much done. Overlord comes down. No supply cap. That was very much seen ahead of time. These Roaches continue to pile through, and as long as they won't get too much of a surround by these Lings, they're going to be okay and safe underneath these 3 Spore Crawlers.
They will be safe, and for now, I don't think these Roaches can push up the ramp, but they continue to put pressure and allow back at home Namshar to get his third base up, get that economy up, and not only does Bly have a lack of gas, but he's got the lack of that third base production. Purely, there's not quite as much larva, and he's going to have to almost